Hey girlies, before we dive in, just a quick heads up. The advice, stories and opinions shared on Girlboss Bible are based on my personal experiences. This podcast is for inspiration and motivation, and I am by no means giving professional advice. So always do what's right for you in your situation. This podcast may contain strong language, some mild adult themes, and a 30-year-old attempting to still be cool. So be warned.
Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of Girlboss Bible. I am very excited today because I have got my best friend in the whole wide world, Emily. Welcome. Bye. Hi. This is so funny. So this is my best friend, and she has climbed her way up through a very successful career in the NHS. So we'll talk about that today, talk about school and how you got there and what you did, different bits like that. But yeah, first of all, how are you? I'm not seeing you.
Welcome home.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be back?
It's good. It's cold. It's about -1 here.
It's freezing.
So I had a bit of a traumatic journey yesterday. Emergency landed in Perth, so that was fun, and then got in at 9 p.m. last night.
Well, before we start, got a little present for you.
Oh,
She's very on brand.
So I don't know if you can see Girl Boss Notes. Notepad Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So what we can do is we can fill that with some boss moves of the week, maybe.
Yeah, boss move of the day.
Of the day. Something also very exciting about the pod is these stunning cue cards.
It's like being on this morning.
I know, it's a handmade, and that's mega. And that, I think I'd love my brand hoodie, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Just saying. So yeah, maybe we'll go get some merch on the go at some point. But yes, I'll be using these to make sure I don't forget stuff, because in episode 1, I forgot the first boss move of the week. So classic start, you mean to go on. Anyway, right, so I guess before we get deep into it, like I said, I give a bit of an overview, what I talk about school, what I talk about college, because Emily actually famously failed college amongst friends. That's something that's really good for us to cover. How do you want to start? Do you want to just start giving us a little bit of a brief about school and how well you did?
Well, I mean, I did peak at GCSE and it was all downhill from there in the academic career. So, I think maybe I was just naturally clever in the younger years, and I didn't really have to try that hard.
Yeah.
I think even for primary school, I just seemed to get on fine without trying really hard. And even in like at GCSE, that was the peak.
Yeah.
And I don't think I particularly studied that hard for it. So I think I probably just thought I would get through life without having to try very hard.
Yes.
I think I got an A star in Maths GCSE, and that was like the pinnacle.
And you got that early as well.
And I did get it early, so I think maybe that lured me into a false sense of hope as well.
Yeah.
When it came to the real GCSEs, like in the summer, I can't even remember what I got now. And I think at the time, it's so important, which it is important to pass your GCSEs, especially, is it the 5 that you need these days?
Yes, get your main heads. Get your English and maths and science.
English and maths, that's what they
main heads.
For jobs.
You've got to have them. You've got to have at least a C in maths, really, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's just so irrelevant.
Yeah. You feel...
Well, however, when in my job now, when I've been for interviews on new jobs, I still have to give the GCSEs.
Yeah.
To be honest, I couldn't even find them for the last job I got, which was a bit concerning. Yeah, I think at the time it just feels like you have to. I think as well, I don't know whether it was the era that we were at school or it was like you have to go to college, you have to go to university. Yeah. That's what everyone does. Yeah. In reality, I do sometimes think if I went back and had my time again, I might even do something in beauty.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Well, the money's there.
Yeah.
The aesthetics and shit like that.
Yeah.
I hate the dog.
It is.
But
will that dry up?
But then there'll always be something. People always want to look good.
Yeah, and you can change once you're in that. Once you're in that boat,
you just get another one. Yeah, fair. But I think we was dead lucky in school though. I think we had a really good school. We had really good teachers.
It was the best school in the area at the time. I mean, a lot of schools have. School life has changed now. It's all these academies.
Yeah.
We had really good school. I had really good primary school as well.
Yeah.
Lovely teachers.
Yeah.
We had a clever year as well. We would have the best results that they'd had for a long time. Which I think helped. There wasn't that many because maths was in sets and science was kind of by ability.
Yeah.
I had a really bad English teacher in year 10
Your mum meant mad, didn't she?
Yeah.
You know.
And I ended up swapping into a different class in year 11.
Yeah.
I think I got an A and a B in English.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I probably could have done better, but it was the teacher wasn't.
I would say that, you know, if you're in school and your teacher's shit, get your parents to go in and force a move because it makes all the difference. Like, that's what I was saying about, because I had a dead strict English teacher.
Yeah.
I was just fucking got me in it. So, like, I would definitely say force a change. Don't settle for a shit teacher. If there's another class available, try and get moved into it. Same in college or sixth form. Yeah.
And also, do you know what? I did my French GCSE in year 9.
Yes, she did. So did Katrine.
Yeah.
Katrine's on next episode.
Because we were a language college.
We were. Well, that's why they let me do Spanish early as well.
Yes.
Because I did Spanish in a year, and then I did.
You used to go to
the fucking
Everyone's college.
Yeah, they used to put me on a bus, and I used to have to. I used to rock up. You know, they put me on a taxi. They book a taxi for me. It would take me to the college on a Wednesday. I only went for 1.5 hour lesson once a week to Spain. Spanish. All the kids of the year above me from our school were in there, and I had to walk in my full uniform and sit in that class. And these are all like college older heads, like 17, 18, with normal clothes on. And I used to have to sit in that lesson mortified. But yeah, no, it was sick that. And then, yeah, that was quite funny. But yeah, so on college. So what happened was we all went to a college far out. And then, go on, what happened then?
Well, yeah, because you had to get points to get into the college, didn't you?
Yeah.
So however many points you needed was like equivalent to like 4 A's and 4 B's, I think it was, wasn't it? You had to get something like that to get in as a minimum. So, you know, when you go into the open days, we went to look at the 2 local colleges, which are like, let's 2 colleges, but she's part of like a wider thing, or one which we had to get the train to, which was absolutely mindless. But that was, it was really, that was a prestigious college.
Hey, it was great. It was rated top on one of the Daily Mail rankings or something. It's top in the country. Public ones anyway, not private.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like one of the top ones in the country, so that's where I went. But what did you pick?
I did maths. I picked maths, Spanish, politics, and economics.
Yes.
What did I want to be at the time? I'm not sure.
Politics. You loved politics.
I did. I loved it.
I loved
it. And I had an amazing teacher.
She's died now.
I know.
So
I know. She was so good.
She was amazing, wasn't she? You loved her. Yeah, you wanted to do shit.
I wanted to be an architect when I was.
You did want to be an architect.
I really wanted to be an architect.
Yeah, you did.
That's why I chose graphics as one of my GCSEs.
You did do graphics?
Yes, I really wanted to.
Yeah.
God, what a life that would have been.
There's some dough.
And do you know what? I do really love, this is a bit yeety, but you know when you're looking at houses on Rightmove, I do really love looking at the floor plans.
Mate, it pisses me off this. When there's no floor plan, it really gets on my nerves.
I need the visual.
I need to see the floor plan.
Yeah.
I love a floor plan. I'm totally
yeah.
Because when, I love the floor plan.
Yeah, I don't know what I really wanted to do at that point, to be honest. But then the maths didn't last very long because I really struggled.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. I think I just thought because I'd
but A-level maths solid, mate.
It was.
It
was really hard. I think I only did it till the October half term, and then I swapped it for IT.
You did?
Yeah, I did. Which was a lot of work. Like
coursework.
It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the best of a bad bunch in results wise, I think. To be honest, I can't even remember what I got. Did I get 3 Ds and a U?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Do they have that now? What's the grade? No. Is it in college? Is it not A to B?
I really don't know.
Anyway, you basically mean ungradable.
Yeah.
It's not funny. I was away. I was on holiday, though. I wasn't there on the day. Do you not remember? Katrine was with. I was there. I was in Spain, and someone had Katrine to pick mine up and had to ring me to tell me what I got. And I remember.
I think it must have been economics that I got a U in.
I think I'd done. There was 2 exams for economics. We had to do 2. One I'd done really bad in, and one I'd done and I'd got an A in, and I resat both of them. And then when I'd resat them the year after, the one that got an A in, I got full marks in. And Helen Gordon again, I've spoken about her already, but the woman's she's a legend. Fucking legend. She made me resit the A, and I was like, why? She went, you can do better than that and get more marks, which will like help you for your next year. So yeah, and when Stanley used to do that a lot, like even if you got a really good result, they'd make you
do it again.
And I recommend that also.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and my mum still remembers this moment that I was traumatized, obviously, when I picked my results up.
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't drink hot drinks at all. And Katrina was like, why don't you go home and have a cordial?
A cordial?
Cordial, yes. Instead of like, oh my God, you'll be fine after a brew. Like, have a cup of tea, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let's go home and have a cordial.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I went home and had a cordial on Katrina's, I think she might come back to my house to like,
To sort you out.
yeah, to soothe the pain. Yeah, at that so that turning point in my life, I was.
Yeah, but how did you feel then? Was it not horrendous?
No, yeah, I was traumatized.
Did you think this was like, you got to, like, your life ruined or what?
I don't remember. I just think, well, I think straight away there was options. Then I think at that point I was like, I've picked all the wrong subjects, which, but I don't. How did you? Unless you really knew what you wanted to do, I don't know how you would decide other than just ones that you
What you
ignore.
like? Yeah, just what you like to do.
But I think originally I picked maths because I thought, oh, I did well in it. Let's give that a go.
Yeah.
And I got an A in Spanish. Give that a go. And I did enjoy languages because I was a triple language student. And
Oh, yeah, you did the German as well.
did I not do German?
Oh, you did Spanish. You definitely did Spanish because you went on a Spanish trip. You didn't do German at A-level. Did you do it
I think I might have done it echoes.
when you moved?
Yeah, so the options were, I went back to East Stanley, but I would have had a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah.
I would have had to resit the ASs and
And then
Then
do your A-level.
A-level.
Yeah, but you would have to go back a year, surely. They
they wouldn't have let you. They didn't let you.
They did.
That's why I never did
It was
that.
a prestige college,
It
yeah.
was, yeah. So then the
Right.
option was I go and restart and like go back in the long
Yeah,
year,
yeah, yeah.
which I did do.
Yeah.
Or just leave and get a job. Well, I did also have a part-time job at this point at the famous Claire's
I'm
Accessories.
sorry. You was there for, how long was you there for?
3 years. The
You
3
was-
years I was at college.
This girl was piercing earrings.
I was, and do you know what? I was a key holder. I was a supervisor
You was
there.
super. I
So I was climbing the ladder at like 17.
17. You was driving because you just
Yeah, I
got
was
your minute
driving.
and you was going in. Oh, you're not.
No, I
you was in
wasn't
Rover
going
then
in,
when you're
yeah.
in that little
Red car.
red.
Little red Citroen. Yeah.
That car is a fucking legend. Emily got this car, right? And when she first got it, we used to just drive to Mackey's and get a drink or get fries or something. You don't remember I failed my theory 4 times?
Yeah, I do remember that.
4
do
times,
remember that.
1 mark off every
Yeah.
single time I failed it full.
Well, I actually do remember when I did fail my.
Get the app. You told me get the
Get the
app.
app,
And I didn't
yeah.
get the app and I didn't pay for it. I refused to pay for the app. And then the last time I paid for the app, I think it was £5. which in hindsight, it cost me £120 in tests. So
Yeah, when I remember after the devastation of failing all my exams, and then I started at a different college and picked different. So I was 17 in the July. I failed my exams in the August, but then I did pass my theory first time in September, and that thought, at least I'm not bad at everything.
yeah, at least you can drive.
Yeah,
Because that is the key.
yeah,
Do you want to drive?
yeah. I passed my theory, and then I didn't pass. I passed my test the second time in the April.
Yeah. Cost a fortune, dude.
Yeah, it does.
Driving.
Yeah, it does.
It's so annoying.
Do you know how much lessons are now?
How much?
I'm like £40 an hour.
Oh! And don't you have to do about 40 hours?
Yeah, I did. I used to get 100. I used to get 10 lessons for £180, which
Did
was
you?
cheap. That was cheap.
I can't remember. I mean, I must have about 100 hours now. Do you remember? Because I started it and then I just never, and then I stopped it and then started it again.
Yeah.
It cost me a bomb. It was ridiculous, but get it done. It's worth every
Yeah.
penny. You need to drive. It's so
Yeah,
simple.
I actually do think I was more. I don't know, passing my driving test that day, and I was lucky. I did already have a car, so I literally just got home from my driving test, rang my car insurance, and
And that's
go
why we went
out.
straight to Mackey's.
Yeah.
We just went everywhere in that
Yeah.
car for no reason.
so. And I think that was probably a better feeling than buying my own house.
Was it?
I think the freedom that I'm in the car,
Yeah.
that's when you just become your own person.
Yeah, it is. That's when we were free then.
Yeah, just do
we
whatever
first
you
got
want.
going.
Let's go to the shopping
Yeah,
centre.
we can
or-
just go.
Yeah.
So that car was so sick.
Yeah.
And that was the year all of our mates decided to go into railing and we didn't go.
No,
just because
They went to World Challenge.
Was it? Oh yeah. That's when they tell a lie.
Went to climb.
They went climbing Kilimanjaro, which
That's a girl boss move.
that is a fucking girl boss move. We
Yeah.
can do that.
We were instead.
We were
driving
driving
to Mackey's.
Yeah, we were driving back and forth to Mackey's in Emily's new car. But that's what it was. It was the whole month. They were gone for the whole of
Yeah, they
July, so
were.
it was just me and you in the area,
Yeah.
in the neighbourhood. just going anyway. Yeah, what a time.
Yeah,
That was the boss. That was the boss.
It was.
Okay. So, anyways, yeah, failed college, and then you started. Do you wish you actually had just gone straight into work instead of doing that second bout of college?
Well, I don't know what I would have done. I think maybe I would have gone into something like. I mean, there was an option. I could have just stayed at Claire's and been full time there if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Or I could have got like a real job.
Yeah.
Would it have just been? I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Would it have been a dead end job? Would I?
Well, that's what I mean, because you obviously So did you know from young you still wanted to climb a ladder somewhere? Like, did you know you wanted to do well and have money, or what? Or was you not
I
asked
don't
at the
think
time?
so. I do think having money from working at Claire's I loved having money.
Yeah.
I loved having my own money.
Yeah.
And I had a car that I needed to run, and we went on our first girls' holiday that I paid for myself because I'd had a job.
Mm.
And I love clothes. I love buying clothes. I loved it.
Yeah.
I just used to go and spend the money in Topshop.
You used to buy so many clothes back in the day. I spent mine on just going out and wigging everything. Like a knob. Well, like a knob, because I was my favourite times. But,
and we started going out then, didn't we?
Yeah,
So
and we had money. Yeah.
I don't know, really don't think I would have known what to do when I was 17.
So you're glad you stayed.
Yeah.
You have to stay in it now anyway, don't you? So I swear you have to do something. So
I think now, looking back now, I probably should have just scrapped A-levels and maybe done
some like vocation.
Yeah, to do nails or hair or whatever.
You'd love that as well. You'd fucking love working in the salon. You could end up owning your own salon. I know. And it's stressful because obviously the thing with you is you've got on social hours. Like, and mate, when I used to have to work on that salon on a Saturday and I'd been out till 6 in the morning and then I was straight in at 9.
Yeah.
Me and Jada. Our girl.
Yeah, it's every weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
I mean, I do work weekends now anyway.
Yeah.
I don't work every week.
Yeah, and we also don't go to 6 in the morning anymore. That much.
No. Oh, coming home from Wigan and I'm sitting there with car boot. No. Them days.
We used to go to Wigan, which by the way is like a 40-minute drive from our house. We used to get a taxi all the way back, me and you, and share the fare. And we used to drive past it on a Sunday morning and be setting up the fucking car boot sale.
I can't do that anymore. That basically for me.
Yeah.
But
you say that. You're a liar.
Once a year.
See you on Friday.
Oh God, yeah.
On Friday we're actually going to. We do this thing every year, which is so nice with our friendship group in it. Like we go and stay at this house in like an hour away from Manning. We do it every year. We call it the lodge, even though it's like a brick house.
Yeah, it's not a lodge. But the plan was
to get a
like, oh my God, let's go on a lodge weekend with a hot tub.
Yeah.
And then obviously there was 10 of us, so there is no 10-bed lodges. So we found this cottage.
Yeah.
That honestly, it's just been. This is the 9th year.
This is the 9th year.
So next year the 10th years. Yeah. I mean, we went.
I flew over from Australia to go back down for a minute.
Yeah, it's just so. I love it that much. I took my family there this year for my 30th.
I went for a dinner with my football girls, and it's just a min place. I love it so much.
I do love it. It's so good. And now you can get married there. Katie had me going making inquiries when I was there. It's just about.
Well, now we're just going to go Vegas, I think, and fuck it out. So that'll be fun. And then after that, we're both allowed to have children. But until then, he's in the coiling. Anyway, it's been hurting me, that calling.
Yeah.
Not hurting me. I just feel like I don't like it.
Foreign body.
I really don't like that. I'm scared to have it out. It's scary when there. Maybe we'll come a conception on another plan.
Could get Katrina on that again.
May Katrine can give the advice. She's the one who told me to have this in, and it's the worst day of my life. Nearly passed out, fainted, and was sick. I wasn't sick, but nearly sick.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, Katrina needs to.
She can do an STD one.
Yeah. Well,
do you do a sexual one? Would people want a sexual one?
Oh my God, like Q&A. Did you know what? Even just having.
It'll be anon.
I saw Katrina the other night, and it was basically like a Q&A.
Yeah.
Sexual
health thing. She's great. So that's what she's specialising in, isn't she?
Yeah.
We'll figure that out when she does her pod. Okay. Then, anyway, after all that, the big thing, everything. So we're in a group of girls, there's 10 of us, called Prince. Right, we're all princesses.
Yeah.
And we're all got different names. So it started us all with 10 of us. All of us went to the uni, didn't we? Every single one.
Yeah.
Except for Emily. So how did you make that decision, and how did it feel when all your mates were going uni and you thought, I'm not going to do it?
Because you'd already gone. So you'd already gone to university, everybody, and I was then in my last year of college, which I had no interest in by the time I was.
You didn't want to study anymore. You've
No,
done.
I was completely done. I did apply, and I did get a place at Man Met doing Spanish and business,
Right.
which I don't really know why, because I had to drop business. So I don't
Yeah.
know what the
I know,
fuck
you don't
was it,
really. You
but
can just
no.
do business.
But
I
and
think.
then you could go into anything.
Yeah.
The thing was, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Didn't know what I wanted to be or anything. So I was in America when I got my results, and I deferred my place. That's what I did.
Did
I
you?
deferred my place for
Yeah.
a year. But at this point, I'd already started applying for jobs, and my family have worked in the ambulance service, and they've suggested, why don't we just look into it? Because
Yeah.
it pays well. You know, if you don't know what you're going to want to do, just maybe do it for 12 months.
Yeah.
If you want to go to university, fine. So
Yeah.
the plan was that I was going to join the ambulance service for 12 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then 11 years later, I'm still there.
Well.
I know. So I work in the control room,
Mm-hmm.
and I sat there, and it was good money at the time, you know, I was 19.
We was all skint anyway, because we was all fucking uni.
Yeah.
We had no money, so you was,
Yeah.
Emily was, we all thought she was ready. She
I
had
was.
different ASOS order coming
I
on
know.
every day. Literally.
I did. Do you know what? I remember my dad saying to me, on your first full wage, just blow it on. Because it was,
Yeah.
I'd gone from
Fair.
working at Claire. I did work at Claire's full time over the summer. And I remember getting £1,000.
Working in Claire?
Yeah.
Did you?
I got on a full month. I got
Because you did the full summer, because you
Yeah,
worked full time.
full time. And I
Yeah.
got paid £1,000.
Oh,
And I
mate.
remember it being I'm thinking, oh my God, this is so much money. And I just thought,
What?
wow. Yeah. So then I started working for ambulance service, and I remember my dad saying like, oh, just blow me first month's wage.
Yeah.
And then I think I was getting about £1,300 a month when I first started working there.
Yeah, but I was probably about something like that. My first
Yeah. I remember like, I spending all this money. Like,
you
I
was
just
bad.
used to. I spent all my wages for quite a while, but I did no. I
Yeah, but
did
you was
save.
living at home and that. And
I did save.
It's nice. The first time you get money and you can live. Like,
Yeah.
it's so mint.
I've been there like less than 2 months and went and bought money.
Yeah.
I got a bank loan. That's what I've done for both of my cars that I bought.
Yeah.
I've had a loan from the bank.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, oh, how much? Like, I think it was,
You've got a loan.
like, I've got a loan. I remember, do you know what, a bit of advice that my dad gave me actually was, as soon as I was 18, I got a credit card.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe not for you, but I haven't been as frivolous with
Yeah,
credit card as you.
yeah.
But I...
If just don't spend on it.
Yeah.
That is my advice. Don't.
My dad's advice was get a credit card and just buy your fuel on it and then pay it off every month.
That's nice.
So at the time, obviously, I didn't have any note
That's really
or
good
anything
advice.
like that.
Yeah.
It was just, well, I had to pay it off, otherwise I would have been paying more interest, which I had never.
I've
never got-
over.
Yeah, I've never got into anything
No.
like that. So when I really enjoyed having money.
Yeah.
And when I was living quite a good life. I was half living the uni lifestyle, to be honest, because I work shifts. I was off a lot in the week, and most of the girls, well, not most of, but a lot of the girls went to Leeds Uni.
Yeah.
So I
What,
was there
me?
all the time.
Yeah. Mate, all the time. She's at our house.
Yeah.
You stay at our halls, didn't you?
Yeah, I did stay at halls.
And then we got in the second year, me, Beth, Holly, and then two other girls called Becky and Becky. The Becky all lived in a house together, and yeah, you used to just come and stay all the time. But you'd even just come up for a takeaway, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, it weren't like, because Leeds was like, you could do it in 40 minutes. If you
Yeah, I just loved it.
Whatever.
I loved it. And so I was going out all the time still. And I used to go out with work a lot.
Yeah. Right. So you ended up staying, didn't you?
I did stay.
At the NHS. So
Yeah.
how many, do you know how many promotions have you had since being there?
3.
And then,
The last 2 have been management roles.
yeah, and then the one before that
Was a different role.
Right.
It was a different role,
You're
but
right.
was paid more.
Yes, yeah.
More money.
Yeah, you was doing, yeah. So how long was it in that you got your first one?
3 years.
Yeah.
But the first job, so the first job that I did, I trained to do the second job that I did, but I
Yeah.
wasn't, like, it was like a dual role, so you could go in and
Yeah.
you would get paid the money to
Yeah.
do it, but I wasn't my official job. But I absolutely loved the first job that I did there because I had loads of friends, and that's actually where I met my boyfriend. But we haven't been together since then.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved working in a team.
Yeah.
I love working in a team. And now,
Being in an office and stuff is cool. I
I
love it.
imagine working in an office on my own. And do you know what else? Couldn't imagine working from home.
Me, I hate it. I hate working from home.
Yeah.
Never. I will never ever.
Do you
work
have
from
the
home.
option to?
No. I'm the
okay.
boss, so nobody has the option to. No,
Right. Oh, right. Okay.
no, we don't work from
But
home.
could you decide?
I could let people have a day out here and there. I'm pretty flexible, and if you need to work from home, then you can.
Yeah.
It's not a permanent fixture. Or like if you're having your boiler done or whatever, find that obviously work from home.
Yeah.
Like nobody needs to start like. It's not. I'm not dead strict on it, but
Yeah.
like in general, it's not like a working from home environment. If you need to, like I'm working from home this week from here and stuff like that.
Okay.
And like I've even said to like one of my team members because. He asked me the other day, and he's like, if I go on holiday to like Malaysia or whatever, can I go in the Malaysia office for a week and work? I said, yeah, of course you can.
Really?
Well, like, even if you wanted to do that and then like,
I didn't
you
know
like,
you had an office in Malaysia. That's
darling, yes, Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand.
well, yeah, that's not as far.
No, exactly. So, what, for me,
Yeah.
I know, but I don't fancy living there. I could live in Hong Kong.
Oh, yeah.
Hong Kong was mega. Mate, I went to Hong Kong to work recently. It's the best place in the
You
world.
made me really well.
I'm going next October, so I think we should
Right,
do girls
okay.
trip.
Right.
And that would be like a little pre-Vegas because they've got the island off it is called
Yes,
Macau or something,
Macau, yeah.
and that is like Vegas apparently.
The Vegas of China,
Yeah.
because you're not allowed to
Gamble in
or
China?
anything like
No,
that, yeah.
no.
I've got some
yeah.
family friends who have moved to China.
I went to regional Shenzhen, so I actually didn't go to the city,
Right,
but that
okay.
is meant to be mega, like a metropolis.
Really?
But you can get an hour train from Hong Kong to Shenzhen.
Right.
And it's a bullet train that takes an hour. So again, there's loads to do in Hong Kong, guys. Get yourselves out for Hong Kong. And also in England, we call that I say Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
I say Hong Kong. And that's because that's how all the Asians say it in Melbourne, and that's how
Right.
everyone said like Hong Kong, and we'd say Hong Kong, and I say Hong Kong. Right, we've really gone off. So yeah, basically, bottom line is you don't need to go to uni, is what I'm trying to say.
And you know what? I have no regrets.
No
Because
regrets.
I also look back now and think, if I would have gone to uni for 3 or 4 years, I probably would have had an amazing time, and I would have had if I did Spanish, I would have had a year abroad, and I
Yeah.
maybe would have had more Spanish
Yeah, but
skills,
again, how
you
many
know?
times did you come and see me on the year abroad?
Well, yeah.
You've lived it again.
Would I have just been in the same position
Position, yeah.
after university?
Of
like,
course you
don't
would,
know what
with
to
loads
do?
of debt and not knowing what to do. Like it served me well because I went into finance and did accounting. But if I'd have gone into I could have easily done that straight out of college and not had to go to uni.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could have just done that course without going to uni. And it would have been fine. But I just didn't know what I wanted to do. And I thought I wanted to be an investment banker, and I thought I'd get a job. And I spoke about my last pod, which just became, null and void because I'm rough as fuck. But other than that, I'm now in 60 grand's worth of debt because of uni, and now it's like fuck. So uni's like a decision that you need to not just like. I just walked straight into it thinking like I have to do that. Like, I've got to do that, got to do that, got to do that, got to do that, and then I can decide what to do. But you don't. Because you are now like, so your first promotion, anyway, yeah, you did your first promotion, and then you went into a management role. When was your first management role?
So I started, I did the training. So, I was, as a manager, I was obviously leading people, but I was also doing, I had to like learn different skills in the job as well.
Yeah.
To manage a workload.
Yeah.
As well as manage people. But at the start, I was really, really focused on like the job.
Yeah.
And then the leading the people is always more difficult.
It's fucking solid.
It's really hard.
It's so hard.
And now,
and also, do not think nobody.
I think what I did was just pick the best bits out of the other managers that I work with.
Yeah. How you want to be managed, basically. Yeah.
The thing, especially in the real world, like you work in the real world where you are winging it more, where any public sector job is, you have more guidelines.
Yeah, you can follow everything.
Very policy driven, very procedure driven.
Yeah.
Even things like sickness policies. We have unions and things like that which protect us.
Yeah.
You can hire and fire.
Yeah.
To your own accord. Where
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
But if you put out for a job, you can make the rules up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is like, I just make up what the job functions are. I could say this is what I need it to be done, and for sure, and the KPIs and targets, and we just set it all ourselves, which is actually quite hard as well. Like it'd be nice to just have a fucking blueprint and say, this is it. Yeah, I've just done all that for the new year and just completely changed the way we're doing things, and which is going to be a lot better. But like it was like, it's hard to come up with it and stuff, and like decide. But interesting. So also, what I want to talk about, you are working in the public sector, and the interview process is pretty rigorous because I feel like we've done so many, me and you've done practices, haven't we?
Wow.
And
Yeah.
like every time you've gone for another job, like you had to, that is, it's intense. Like my interviews that I've done have always not been as into. I mean, to be honest, I didn't get half of them, obviously, in the uni. So maybe don't take my advice, but like they weren't as, even though they were rigorous for grad schemes and stuff, it's not like you have a set like bullet points that you need to make sure that you say and different things.
Words and things like that.
And you do, like, you have to memorize a lot of stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, what are your tips for like interviewing in a public sector, or even in like, I think the same lies for like a big conglomerate. Like my mum works for a massive company, and their interview process, and they have bandits, and they have all like, it sounds like a similar setup. So if someone's going for a job in that kind of company or department or whatever, what are your tips for that?
I mean, everybody learns differently. It's like revising for an exam.
Yeah, it is.
It's like revising for an exam. And the way I've always done it is I have wrote out, the way that our interviews are done is on four questions, 4 topics. Well, it's called a professional discussion now. When you get to, if you even make it to the last round, then the interview process for a management role where I work is an application.
Yeah.
And even that is, you have to basically tick every single, the job spec. You can look at the job spec and the person's specification.
Yeah.
It will say like what's essential. So maybe GCSEs, things like that. But then also if you've had management experience, all things like that, you have to tick every single one off.
What would you say? Just do your own work, study.
Yeah.
Practice and study.
Yeah.
Because
even doing a job application, I think is difficult.
The way you do it at your work.
Even
you have to write paragraphs in that.
We have like a bit where you fill in your previous jobs and all that. It's on a website that you go on. Track, it's called, which I think probably other companies use it.
Yeah.
Too. And then it's supporting information. It's like a maximum of say 1,000 words or whatever.
Yeah.
And you have to put everything in there.
But you always get people to reread yours and stuff. You said it to me before.
Yeah.
How many people do you normally send it to? Do you reckon?
Yeah.
So defo also like send it out, get as much advice from people you know, especially if you know people in professional sphere or whatever. Yeah. Older people, like
even just to check your
grammar, everything. Yeah. Honestly, don't use ChatGPT nowadays. You can fucking tell. It's like my LinkedIn.
But you know what he did?
It's not. It's the best thing in the world.
I've never ever been on it. But you know what he did say on the last job application I did? Like you had to take a thing to say it was your own work and you've not used it. Right?
Yeah, mate. Honestly, you can. I can so tell though. It's cringe as. Like for example, my LinkedIn is disgusting. It's so cringy, but I'm not arsed on LinkedIn. Like ChatGPT speaks perfect for LinkedIn, and so I'm not arsed about that. But like, I really try. Like, I try and use it for like some of this podcast stuff, but then I also like completely reword. I get it for like the general structure, and then reword it because it makes me feel a bit cringe at times. Yeah. Even though we're Girlboss Bible, potential cringe name, but apparently we're bringing it back.
No, not at all. But then, so after an application, you have to do an SJT, which I've done them before. I think it stands for situational judgment test, which you would have. I've done them for retail jobs.
Yeah, and they give. Yeah, I remember this.
It's where they give you a scenario and then you have to. It's multiple choice of what you would do.
Yeah,
where you like definitely.
Is the right and wrong answers in that?
Well, I'll be honest. I don't know. I've never had feedback on one of them. I failed the first one.
Yeah. Why did you fail that?
It was. I think I was either being too harsh or too soft.
Very harsh. Probably harsh.
But and obviously they want you to be, especially in working in the NHS or in any public sector, they want you to be, we're a learning organisation. You don't tell people off. You don't get Alan Sugar.
Well, that's fair enough. I try and be like that.
Do you?
Yeah. I definitely like
so no Alan Sugar.
There's no mistakes. No mistakes.
We're learning.
Yeah. There's no mistakes. It's all a learning opportunity. Yeah. And as long as you don't do them 10 times over, then you're just being a dickhead. But generally, like if you make a mistake, I don't give a fuck. But just learn what how to fix it. Yeah. That's my attitude, and that's I think that's what best way to be.
Yeah.
Any more tips?
So yes. Do you know what? When I first went for my proper management interview, my manager at the time, I wouldn't be where I am without it in my career. And what we did was he helped me write out I wrote out the full answer.
Yeah.
Because we asked specifically about inclusivity and diversity.
Yeah.
Which is a big topic. That that's not something that I would know how to put into words for an interview answer.
Yeah, because that's what you asked me about, isn't it? Because I'm very topical and inclusive, aren't I?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. So what I did was
Yeah.
I wrote out an answer
Yeah.
and I literally just kept reading it out to myself and spoke it to
Yeah.
myself.
Right.
And then I memorised it.
Rehearse.
Rehearsed it, yeah.
That is the
And
bottom line.
also, I think when you're going for, if you're going like to a new organisation or company, do a bit of background on the company.
Yeah,
Because you don't want to get caught out if
No.
people say, "What do you know about
No.
the company?"
Yeah.
And you think, "Oh, nothing."
Nothing.
So yeah, I would rehearse and
Rehearse. I think that's the good thing.
and one thing is have good examples.
Yeah, right.
Have good examples of times.
Yeah, of what you've done. Always, and it
Yes.
doesn't always need to be work related. It can be do with sport, your life,
Yeah.
previous roles.
I mean, I don't have very many hobbies, so
No.
that's not really
Yeah, but
the best for me. So I always go work related. But if you've got other things, even stuff like if you're a scout leader or
shit like that.
yeah, they're perfect.
For scout.
Well, no, not me. Maybe that's what I need to get into.
Oh, well, yes. So they're the top tips for interviews. Well, thank you very much. We're just going to cover the last topic, which is boss move of the week. Yay! So we had some people write in to us. Some boss moves are, this is actually my sister. She quit her job and she's got a new one with more pay and a bit more local. So big up, love that. And then another girl that's called Amy, she got assessed out of doing a PE teaching. I don't think she actually knew that she was being assessed and fucking bossed the assessment. So big up. We love that. Boss move this week.
My boss move this week is that I have done all of my Christmas shopping already. Simple, but no one needs to be stressed.
Nobody.
For Christmas. My girl boss move maybe over the next couple of weeks is going to be that I'm going to wrap them.
Very girl boss.
It is because I need to be a woman prepared, especially because I'm working for like 4 days leading up to Christmas. I need to be organised.
Get organised, guys. Get rid of your gifts. Yeah, love that.
And on top of that is I have done really good Christmas savings this year.
Yeah, you did really well with that.
I've been saving.
That is a big boss move. That's the boss move.
That is the boss move. That's the better boss move.
That's the boss move.
Yeah, I have now spent the 1,000 and whatever Christmas savings.
Savings you've done it all. Yeah. Well done. Well done. Well, yeah, thanks.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, hopefully this is helpful for you guys. And yeah, I think the key takeaways here is don't stress about uni, don't stress about results. And you can still fucking smash it. And Emily's doing really, really well now. She's just selling a house, buying a new one, and she's got loads of she's just smashing it. So I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Oh, bye.
So yeah, thanks for listening. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that. And I will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.